Welcome back to Stock Talk with Eric Anthony. Good morning. Happy hump day. It's a little bit different because I'm doing this video in the morning. A couple reasons. I've been learning the hard way, like I've been saying before, that trying to upload a video actually does take quite some time. Like the last few videos, they're about done around 8 o'clock. It takes time just to upload the video. I have to airdrop it from the phone to the computer. That takes time. Then I have to, do the edit as fast as I can, which is no problem. I enjoy that part. But then after that, you have to allow the movie to be processed, and then you have to send it after from Final Cut. You send it over to YouTube, and then that has a processing time, and the video needs to process. It needs to go through SD, HD, and then they scan it for any copyright, and that takes time. And I've noticed that these videos that are done around 8 o'clock aren't being uploaded until 12 a.m. the next day, which kind of doesn't go that well with up-to-date information. So I'm trying to figure that out. Bear with me. But like I said, welcome back. So today, this morning, the market, as I was telling you yesterday, I felt that it can be quite dovish, which is good in regard to that bipartisan bill that they had written up to block Congress from trading, and even their spouse. But the kicker is kids can still trade, so keep that in mind. Who knows? It's a lot of money. I think they said about $900 million, according to Unusual Whales, is the amount of what type of money was being thrown into the market from Congress, and how that money was being washed and used, and just, oh my gosh, all kinds of stuff. So anyway, not really surprised today to see that the market was up. Now, I don't think it's been up solely on that news, because remember, market sentiment is everything, especially when how things are moving. Another thing you want to keep in mind that has been discussed is, it seems like we're going to start getting to the post-pandemic stage, which is always nice to think about, especially for anyone who's been affected by everything that's been going on. It's nice to hear that we're kind of moving a new chapter into our country's history. So that, that's always nice. It was Dr. Fauci that has said that we're going to move to the post-pandemic stages in the next couple months. So that's something to keep in mind for the market sentiment. If you've noticed around, I don't know what states you guys are in, I don't know who's watching this, but out here in California, the mandates will be easing on the 16th, and which is great. And that's huge for California. California, arguably top 5 economy in the world, not just the country, but the world. So when that opens up, you would have to imagine that hopefully that has a positive impact on our economy as a whole. Even in New York, I think Thursday they're going to be ending their either show a vaccine or mask mandates. So I wonder what that means for like the NBA. Does Kyrie, is he allowed to play again? I don't know who watches NBA out there, but Kyrie can't play the home games because that rule. So if it's going to be lifted, dude, who knows? We might see a little twist there. Again, getting back to the markets and what I'm seeing today, everything really is just green. As you can see here, we have in the fintech space, everything's up. As we move to the genomic space, everything is up. One of our favorites, BNGO, it's been hovering between 7 and 8%. At the time of this recording, it is about 10:30 a.m. So Pacific time, and like I've been trying to tell you in the past few days, when things are green, I don't usually buy. You don't have to do what I do. That's just what That's just the actions that I take. Um, so that's something to keep in mind. But if you're dollar cost averaging in, and even if something is maybe teetering with green, as you can see, some of these mega caps or high value caps like they were a couple days ago, just kind of stagnant. If you're just dollar cost averaging in and you're just trying to build your position, then by all means, hop in. As you can see today, side note, as you can see today, I have my hat on. I've been realizing the last few videos, oh my gosh, my hair is just so crazy. I usually get my hair cut every Saturday, but I've been trying to cut that back to about 2 times a week. And it kind of hurt me this last time because I just started the baby bonding time. On Saturday, I was going to have my hair cut, but I realized, well, I'm going to have all this time, so I can just do it during the week. Well, on Friday night, they had told me, oh, your stuff had gotten denied. Right before I had gotten that email, I had told my barber, I'm not going to be there on Saturday. I'll be there sometime during the week. Let's call it Monday. I'll probably just be there Monday. He's like, oh, I have time for you. I was like, great. So, but then when I got that email on Saturday, I texted him. I was like, dude, just cancel Monday because I think I have work again. All to find out that on Monday, baby bonding time did go through and I am off, but now hair's still here. So now I need to figure out how to get a new appointment. So until then, you're going to see a lot of hats. Leave in the comments below if you guys think I should just keep growing it out or cut it. Because after seeing those avocado pictures from yesterday, I realized I think my hair's a little long. Oh, like always, if you've liked some of the stuff I've brought to the table so far, some of these updates regarding the genomic sector, some strategies, and just kind of my day-to-day, please hit that like and subscribe button as well as a notification bell so you can be up to date. And hopefully you'll be getting videos not at 1 a.m. in the morning, but sooner, much sooner than that on a given day. So yeah, like I've mentioned before regarding market sentiment and how things move, and when you want to position your plays and when you want to buy. As a long-term investor, some people are like, what's the point of time? If you're not timing it, why not just buy whenever? Well, if you're seeing trends and things are going down, you're not going to catch the very bottom, but let things kind of come down a little bit before you just throw that money in to just kind of preserve some of that value instead of just having to see it at the top and trying to work your way down. There's a few stocks that I myself, here's a free lesson. Just because things keep going up, and you feel like they can be maybe following the same trajectory or the same trends of another company within that same sector, doesn't necessarily mean that that company is going to do what you think it's going to do. So just because the company is going up for 4 to 6, 8 weeks, you have to kind of keep in your mind, is this a rally? Is this going to maintain, or are we going to have a steep fall? Because the quicker things go up, the harder they fall. And so the point of this message is basically, if you're going to dollar cost average in even something you like, probably just be conscientious, be strategic on how you hop into your plays, even for long-term investing. Notice your trends, and if you can figure out what is a good price for you, then do that. Because if not, you're going to be like me, trying to dollar cost average in because you bought something too high, and now you're trying to just, lower your costs. And at some point, it's nice because you don't sell. You can't lose money if you don't sell. Remember that. I think a lot of people have a big misconception in the market that if you see your portfolio red for a day, if you see your portfolio red for a day, that just means that, that's how it moved for a given day. That doesn't necessarily mean that you've lost that money. So, just kind of keep that in mind. Another big thing that has stuck out to me, and if you are a member of the, stock world community on the YouTube, I know I am. I get a lot of my news from YouTube, from people that take deep dives into my favorite stocks. And over time, I'll let you guys know which ones are my favorite. For bingo specifically, my favorite place to go to get deep dives is through Mr. Invest a Lot. I'll put his link in the bio. He's awesome. Honestly, he does such a great job at bringing I don't even know how he gets this news. He gets a lot of news. He's out across the pond, and he gets great, valuable information on bingo and where they're at. And just hats off to him. I would take my hat off right now. My hair looks atrocious, so I don't want to do that. But yeah, so as time goes on, I'll keep letting you guys know who are my favorite YouTubers to get real value regarding some of my favorite stocks. And now kind of getting back to the YouTube community, if you guys kind of heard today, Meet Kev has, let the video out that he's quitting and that he's ending his daily market open and market close videos. And the writings kind of been on the wall regarding this step that he took. So I just kind of want to let you guys know what I think about what's going on there, because as someone who does watch YouTube to try to get information, not so much because I don't have other outlets, but when someone's giving you real time and they can show you your charts and they're just jumping from sector to sector and they're able to give you some insight from the Bloomberg terminal because he had that access, shoot, that's education. Before I keep going into how I think about that, one thing to always keep in mind when you're watching YouTube is, are you watching YouTube for entertainment or are you watching YouTube for education? Sometimes there's going to be a little mixture of both. Hopefully you get that here. You'll get both. But I think it's wise for a lot of us now on YouTube to understand who's trying to educate you and who's trying to entertain you. Because some things are just clickbait and some things are some people are really trying to provide a service. Like if you're watching a YouTube video on how to make a meal, well, then you know exactly what they're trying to accomplish. They're trying to show you the recipe. They're trying to show you how they prepare it, how they, cooked, baked it, barbecued it, and how they plated it. Boom. That's your, you understand what you're getting there. Then you might get to like the stock world of things and people throw at you, this stock's going to the moon, this stock's trash. You don't really know anymore, because is that person shorting the stock? Do they have calls on the stock? Do they want to see it go up? Do they want to see it go down? Are they just trying to clickbait so that you come to their page? Just things to keep in mind. So I hope when you come to my page, you're just getting authentic news on how I perceive the market and some of the things that I see in the YouTube community. Like I said before, there's many YouTubers that provide great content, and there's some that don't. And there's some that you can tell is just a show. And that to me is just so disingenuous. It's very annoying. And it kind of gets me back to the Meet Kev thing. I personally, when I first started seeing his videos, I always thought he was a little bit more of a showman. But I kept watching it because he did bring, like I was saying, that real-time, up-to-date information. And I thoroughly enjoyed that. Especially when you're working from home, you can just have it on the background and you're able to just, even if you have to walk away, at least I can kind of hear some stuff that's going on, whether it was politically based, how some politics may have influenced the market that day, or just news on after hour activity, news on earnings, and just real-time news. And so with that regard, I've always been a big fan of Meet Kev and the things that he provided to me as someone new to the market, and I don't think anyone can take that away from him. Also, I huge respect for the hustle and having just made a few videos and understanding how hard it is to knock them out and just upload them, pump it out, and keep it going day to day, hour by hour. That's just crazy. So that work ethic is something that I think everyone should applaud and respect. But at the same time, with some of the actions he's taken, it's kind of hard not to think that he is a little gone a little in over his head on his claim that the market was just going to crash. You know, he claimed it. He sold out of all his positions. If you've been following his page, you know that he has content for paid subscribers, that they get unique, up-to-date information regarding his trade. So if you're in that space, you would know when he was making a trade, when he was selling, the whole shebang, right? But as you know, he was even on the show called Millennial Money, and it was great. There's like 4 different dudes, and they just all had different perspectives on how they traded and how they viewed the market. And I loved it, and I still do, because it just shows you how big this market really is, and how much there is to learn. And my favorite thing to do is just to keep learning, and try to use some of that new knowledge to my own personal portfolio. And so to see him kind of just do this 180 turn that he had done a few weeks ago, I was watching Millennial Money, and it was there that they had announced that he had just sold out of everything. And mind you, Meet Kev's whole, a lot of his page and a lot of his following, a lot of the community that he's attracted are the long-term investors that just buy the dip, hold, and don't pay attention to the noise. But again, I don't like counting people's pockets, because at the end of the day, he's not going to pay my bills. It's not going to help me one bit on what he does or doesn't do. But I think word is bond. And so if you're going to preface something with, this is how I'm going to move, and I'm going to do everything as long-term, buy the dip, never sell, position myself for the future, and then all of that just to one day flip it and say, I've sold out of everything, this whole market's going to crash, and I'm sticking to it, all to just hop back in the market a couple days later and to keep flip-flopping. And I've just noticed this whole flip-flop on his page. It's more annoying to see than anything. I would just be like, dude, just say, you know what, I thought the market was going to do this thing and I was wrong, and just keep it moving. I think more people would just appreciate that, and he can just keep it moving forward. But he took some extreme steps as the market's going to crash. This is the biggest recession ever. And he's even turned off comments on Twitter, and has just gone extremely bearish on the entire market, all to just get to the point where we're at today, where he just announced, I'm quitting, and only for paid subscribers will you be able to get up-to-date information, which is fine. To each their own. But when you're selling something the way he is, and to completely flip, that's incredible to me. And that's something that I don't really appreciate in general as a person. So can't knock his hustle, can't knock the information that he has provided, but in regard to the steps that he's taken, and to flip not only on his subscribers, but even the Millennial Money people, he's not even on the show anymore. That it sucks to see. You're like, dude, okay, you just made a bad choice. Not a big deal. Just keep it moving. But, kind of getting back to what I was saying earlier, when you are on YouTube, understand if you are watching it for education or entertainment. And if you are going to try to watch it for both, decipher for yourself, what am I going to take from this? Is this person trying to sell me something? Is this person providing value to me? Or am I being conned, And that's never a good feeling. So yeah, that just kind of wraps up my thoughts on Meet Kev. I do hope, and I'm sure he's going to be doing just fine after all this. Wouldn't be surprised if he comes back and it's just like, oh my God, I'm back. So, keep in mind clickbait stuff, that crap is annoying. Especially as someone that you just want to get some information from. And, like I said before, if someone's trying to sell you, and if it's in their best interest that the market crashes, and the whole market's just been on a rally ever since you called for a recession, that might play into why he's doing what he's doing. Nobody will know the truth besides him. Okay, so that kind of wraps up my thoughts on the Meet Kev situation. Moving forward, I'll let you guys know kind of how the rest of the day goes. Today my wife had a class, so she went to go to work for this, like a module class that she has to do as a nurse. And little man's sleeping right now, so I figured just knock out this video real quick. Gonna end it soon, upload it, and then just push it out. Hopefully less edits. And then my goal is to try to give you guys a glimpse of what my day is. As you can see, I'm a very rigid person. I like everything to kind of be structured and scheduled. And again, like I've been telling you, if you get to know the person, you get to kind of understand the investor. And that's what I hope to bring with this page. So with my rigidity as a person, my structure, you guys will understand how formulaic I am, not only with the food I eat, with my daily activities, but more importantly with my investing activities. So, just one example for Palantir. Every week since May, I've been buying Palantir. So if you guys want to know exactly where I'm at, my goal is to get to 1,000 shares. I'll let you guys guess where I'm at with that so far. But if you guys want to kind of get a deeper dive in my personal portfolio and the steps that I've taken and what positions I have, let me know in the comments below. I have no problem kind of opening up a little bit over time, what steps I've taken, how these positions have grown, and just exactly where am I at with some of the goals that I've made. If you guys want to hear some of the goals that I have for 2022, again, let me know in the comments, and I have no problem dedicating a video to that. But until then, like always, thanks for joining Stock Talk with Eric Anthony. With everything being green today, what do we have tomorrow? We have CPI data. So again, bull traps. Be careful for bull traps. You never know. They just might make things look like it's going up, 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 up. People just buy in thinking it's never going to stop, and then you get horrible news and it just crashes. And one thing I've always heard is, it takes, for stocks to go up, it takes stairs. For stocks to come down, they take elevators. So just kind of keep that in mind. That's something that I always think about. But like always, thank you so much for hanging out with Stock Talk with Eric Anthony. And I'll see you mañana.